Another day and I'm back with another new video. Hey guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today we have a brand new graphic card in the house. This is Nvidia's newest RTX 3070 Ti. I actually got this sample like a couple of days ago only, but I was a bit occupied and I couldn't cover it that time. Anyways, today in this video we're gonna unbox and check it out. I'll be giving like my complete review on the product, and also I'll be sharing like my thoughts, like should you buy this card for that price and where does it stand in today's market competition. We'll talk about all that in this video. The model we got is from INNO3D, guys. This is their X3 overclock triple fan edition GPU. And there's actually a lot I have to tell you with this card, especially about the pricing. To be honest, I didn't actually understand the logic behind like why Nvidia priced this card at that particular price point. I would advise you to watch this video till the end because there is something I have to tell you. So anyways, let's get started with the unboxing. Alright guys, here's our brand new 3070 Ti from INNO3D. This is a X3 OC edition card and comes in this sort of box packaging. You've got the model mentioned here, says overclock dual slot design, and the GPU features 8 gigs of GDDR6X memory. There's nothing much written on the box, just the INNO3D branding here and there. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the unboxing. Let me grab my knife and cut this seal on the package. By the way, this is the triple fan edition GPU, but not the top end iChill variant. I really wanted to get my hands on the iChill variant, but it was not available at the moment. Anyways, let's open the package and check out the product. Comes nicely packed like this. Let me take it out. Oh boy, now that is a big size GPU. Triple fan, right? So as expected. Along with that, you also get some paperwork like there's a PSU guide and a warranty card. The brand says that it's recommended to use at least a 750 watt power supply for this card. So that's it. These are all the stuff we got in the package. Now let's finally check out the GPU. I've been eagerly waiting for this. By the way, there's a warning note here that says this card is strictly not meant for crypto mining and your warranty will be void if you do something like that. Very good move from the brand. I really appreciate that, INNO3D. And here we go, the 3070 Ti X3 OC edition GPU in the hand. Holy moly, now that looks beautiful. It's got a clean, minimalistic look with an all metallic grey design. See, this model is mainly made for people who want an all black GPU with no RGB lighting on board. Some people like to build like a full black theme PC, right, where they don't want any sort of lighting. This can be a good choice for you. Build quality is top notch. The body is entirely made of metal with a brushed aluminum like finish. It's got a 300mm triple fan design with a 15 blade fan to keep it running cool, and definitely feels heavy in the hand. The X3 OC features a dual slot design, so it's not that thick also. And to the top side, you can see that it's powered by two 8-pin power connectors. And heading over to the bottom side, you can see chunky blocks of heat sinks. Here's your PCI Gen 4 connector, and there's nothing to the right side. And here's how the bottom part looks like. Very simple design on the backplate, just the GeForce RTX branding and some info regarding the product to the left side. Now let me show you all the available connectivity ports on it. Only 4 connectivity ports are available. 3 are DisplayPort 1.4s and there's one HDMI 2.1. The quality of the GPU bracket used is also nice. Well, that's it. That was our overview on the design and the build quality. So let me quickly tell you the specs and compare it with the 3070 as well. The new 3070 Ti is also a second-gen RTX card based on Ampere architecture and features 6144 CUDA cores, which is 256 more than the 3070. The base clock frequency is 1.58 GHz and the boost clock frequency is up to 1.78 GHz. Again, this is the OC edition, right? The previous 3070 had an 8GB GDDR6 memory, but the new 3070 Ti features a more faster GDDR6X 8GB memory. And also the TDP on the newer variant is 70 watts higher than the previous 3070 card. So now let's put the card to a test and see how it performs. I know you guys were eagerly waiting for this, but before that, let me quickly tell you the specs of the test bench setup that I've used. The CPU I'm using is Intel's 11th Gen i5 11600K. Motherboard is MSI's Tomahawk B560 coupled with 16GB iChill 3600MHz RAM and a 750 watt power supply. Alright then, let's jump into the gaming benchmarks. We'll be playing a couple of AAA title games at 1080p resolution, ultra graphics and see how the card performs. The card is actually made for 1440p gaming, but what I've observed is a lot of people prefer playing at 1080p resolution with very high frame rates rather than at higher resolutions and lower frame rate. So that is what I'll also be doing. Starting off with one of my favorites, Doom Eternal. As you can see, we are playing this game at 1080p resolution with the graphics set to ultra quality. Let's see how it goes. You can monitor all the PC stats at the top left corner of the screen. Holy smokes, you guys seeing those numbers? On an average, we were getting around 290 to 300 FPS at 1080p Ultra. That is crazy. The game feels so smooth. I love the experience, and if you can observe, it even sometimes hits 350 FPS on an average. Now, what more do you need more than this? It's an excellent GPU for 1080p super high FPS gaming, especially for esport pro players. But let me tell you, it's also capable of handling 1440p and 4K gaming as well. In 1440p Ultra graphics, you can expect an average frame rate of around 80 to 100 FPS. And switching over to 4K, you can expect around like 45 to 50 FPS. Now, if you ask about the current standing in today's market, well, it's obviously in between 3070 and 3080 only. And based on my benchmarks, I found the 3070 Ti was around 8 to 10% faster than the 3070, but falls behind the 3080 by almost like 14 to 15%. This was on games like Doom, Control, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Some games like GTA 5 and Watch Dogs didn't show that much of improvement over the 3070, hardly around 2 to 3%. And compared to the AMD cards, the 3070 Ti is definitely faster than the 6700 XT, but falls behind the 6800 XT. Alright, let's move on to the next game, which is Control. This is also a very graphic intensive game and puts a lot of load on the GPU. As you can see, the GPU utilization is around 93 to 94%. And wow, I'm impressed guys. At 1080p Ultra graphics, we were easily getting around 180 FPS on an average. And switching over to 4K resolution, I was getting around like 45 frames per second. I have to say, gaming feels buttery smooth on this GPU. You'll have a great time playing games on this card. Talking about the temperatures, I was actually expecting better thermals from this GPU considering that it's a triple fan variant. After playing for like 20 to 25 minutes, the GPU was reaching around 74 to 75 degrees centigrade. I do have to mention the fan profile was set to auto. You can manually tweak it and lower down the temperatures a little, but that'll in turn increase the fan noise, so keep that in mind. Lastly, let's play one more game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. See, Odyssey is my favorite out of all the Assassin's Creed games, and it's also very graphic intensive, yet it was a piece of cake for the 3070 Ti. On an average at 1080p Max Ultra, we were getting around 90 to 95 FPS. Lastly, if you ask about ray tracing, well, RTX is advisable only in 1080p and select to 1440p titles if you want to enjoy a decent gaming experience, because RTX really pushes the GPU to its limits and you'll see a huge drop in the frame rate. My only concern about the 3070 Ti is the VRAM guys. Despite spending such huge amount of money, you're only getting around like 8 gigs of memory, which is fine at the moment but may not be future proof for you. They should have at least given 10 GB of VRAM, then I would have been satisfied. On the other hand, if you see, AMD is offering 12 GB of VRAM even on their 6700 XT GPU. Well guys, that was my video on the RTX 3070 Ti. Performance wise, it's a good GPU. You're getting like great performance results as we've seen in the gaming benchmarks just now. And especially if you're coming from like 16 series or 20 series and upgrading to this card, you'll see like great performance and boost. But if you're already an existing 30 series owner, maybe you're having like a 3070 in your PC, then there's nothing major difference over here, hardly like 8 to 10% difference. So that was about the performance. Now coming to the prices, here only is the whole confusion happening. See, first let me tell you the prices of Founders Edition cards in India, and after that I'll tell you about the prices of aftermarket cards and INNO3D's card as well. So if you look at the pricing of the RTX 3070 Founders Edition in India, that is around like 44,500 rupees. Now check out the pricing of RTX 3070 Ti in India. That is around like 61,000 rupees. So which is almost like 15 or 16,000 rupees higher compared to the 3070. But now check out the pricing of RTX 3080 Founders Edition in India, which is 62,000 rupees. Like, I didn't understand this logic. RTX 3070 Ti is priced at 61,000 rupees and 3080 is priced at 62,000 rupees. Like 1,000 rupees difference. Why would anyone buy a 3070 Ti? Like anybody would spend 1000 rupees extra and get the 3080 only, right? Because you're getting like a major performance boost over there. When you're spending 60 or 65,000 rupees, 1000 rupees is not major difference, right? Anyone would go for 3080 only. And if you're having like a bit low budget, then you can go for the 3070 and save almost like 15,000 or 16,000 rupees. This logic only I like didn't understand. Like why did Nvidia price this card like this? I felt the price gap between 3070 and 3070 Ti is like very big. Why 15 to 16,000 rupees difference and only 1000 rupees difference between 3070 Ti and 3080? This only I didn't understand. If only this 3070 Ti was priced around like maybe 52 or 53,000 rupees, it would have been like a value for money GPU. So that was about the founders edition prices. Now coming to the aftermarket card, especially from this INNO3D, you all know, right, the current GPU situation, the whole inflation of GPU prices. Now I'll tell you that also later. Actual price of this card should be around like 85,000 rupees in India, but because of this inflation, the GPU prices have been increased temporarily and it's being sold for around like 1 lakh or maybe 1 lakh 5,000 rupees in India, guys. The X3 OC edition. So I'll just leave links to these cards in the description box below. You can check it out there if you're interested. Let me know your thoughts. Like what do you think about this GPU and the whole situation? Which GPU would you buy? 3070, 3070 Ti or the 3080? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, if you all enjoyed watching this video and got to learn a lot, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more new awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.